2023 involved a lot of fun, a lot of chores, and a lot of life coming full circle. Let's do a recap of what happened on our homestead in 2023. We started out the very first week of January with one of our pekin hens, who came to be known as Ducky, turning up lame. The same day, we said goodbye to our precious pooch Dash. It was very sudden and unexpected, but as Proverbs says, a wise man regardeth the life of his beast. So we made the hard choice and said our goodbyes. The goats escaped.
What are you girls doing out here?
Several times.
Now how'd you get out?
Which prompted us to improve the chicken coop door. We tapped our maple trees and cooked down some maple syrup. Didn't get as much as expected due to an unusually warm winter, but we were grateful for what we got. Our rooster Prince finally started crowing. And it sounded terrible. The goats decided that their palates were too refined for the load of hay I got them, and we had to get a second, more expensive load so that they would actually eat. But hey, it was a good excuse to get the other loft cleaned out. And in March, we finally added a goat door to the barn. In 2022, our chickens stopped laying from June until January. So once they started laying really good again, we started water glassing the abundance in case we faced another long stretch like that this winter. This was a new preservation method for me, and we actually haven't tried them out yet because our hens laid great this year. We started incubating our first batch of chicken eggs. We also separated our duck breeds so that we could decide which breed we preferred to keep on our homestead. The beginning of April, we had a hen go broody. Since we've been wanting to switch our flock to a single dual-purpose breed, we got some of those eggs from a friend to put under her. Unfortunately, none of those eggs made it, but she did hatch out 2 mixed-breed pullets. Around the same time, 4 eggs in our incubator hatched out, and the mama hen gladly adopted them as her own. Later in the summer, one of those adopted chicks ended up drowning in the goat trough, and just before she started laying, the other pullet also died unexpectedly, leaving us with 2 black silver Moran's roosters and 2 mixed breed pullets. Next thing you know, Gretchen was also broody, so we gave her some mixed breed duck eggs to hatch, but that didn't turn out so well when she tried to murder the ducklings. So we ended up taking her baby and the other egg from her, and we got 2 ducks out of the ordeal. One went to the freezer, but the one she tried to kill managed to steal our affections and stayed on as Eleanor. Gretchen, however, refused to leave the nest and continued to cause general mayhem, so she left our homestead to go back to her former owner. The ducks went broody too, and while the silver appleyards were fairly successful at hatching out a few offspring, albeit not without some measure of drama, the pekins were absolutely terrible at sitting, earning them a place in the freezer instead of the breeding program. In June, we started our biggest homesteading project for the year, bringing quail to the homestead. We built a cage and started hatching. Ducky's leg injury from January never really healed, and in July she started having some other issues. So we sent her to the freezer, as well as a hen who was having issues with her reproductive system. In July, we finally got around to adding a gate to the goat yard. In August, we butchered and ate our first batch of quail. We also hatched out 2 more batches of quail eggs before the end of summer. We added more solar power to the barn and 3 more breast pullets to our chicken flock. Throughout the summer, I also tended the bees and did a lot of gardening and preserving, including a bumper crop of tomatoes. In September, Prince went to another farm so that the Moran's roosters could take over. At the end of the month, I helped Brailsford Family Homestead with their butchering day again, and I brought all of the remaining freezer-bound ducks with me to be butchered as well. We had several fairly minor health issues in our flock throughout the year, including Jenny, our favorite hen and last black silver Moran's female, getting a crop impaction. Thankfully, after a lot of time, attention, and effort, she made a full recovery and returned to the flock. Then, breeding season for the goats finally arrived. Heats were strong, and we took Daisy to be bred at the beginning of November, and at the end of November, and in the middle of December, with no luck. So we will see where the new year takes us on this journey to baby goats. And just to be sure we sandwich the year in animal drama, the last week of December, a hawk took out one of our mixed breed pullets. But on a high note, that was our only predator attack in 2023. So there you have it. That's 2023 in a nutshell. There were some highs, some lows, and a lot of lessons learned along the way. We don't know what 2024 has in store for us, but we look forward to finding out and hope you'll join us along the way. If you maybe missed out on some of the other things that didn't make it into the recap, like that time these goats over here locked me in the chicken coop. I am locked in the chicken coop. Move! Get off! Feel free to go ahead and look at our past videos and check those out. If you want to follow us along as going into 2024 to see what adventures and lessons await us, go ahead and subscribe. We'll be so excited to have you join us along the way. Until next time, Happy New Year!